Hey, what's going on, guys? Starfield just rolled out a massive PS5 update, and this one is a real game changer because it lands alongside the Free Lanes update, which Bethesda says is a free update for all players arriving on April 7th, while the PS5 release itself also goes live on that same day. The big headline here is that Starfield is finally opening up space travel in a way players have wanted since launch, because Free Lanes adds the ability to freely fly between planets inside a star system, and Cruise Mode lets you stay active in space, instead of feeling like you are constantly snapping from one point to another. Bethesda says you can do the kinds of things you normally do while in orbit or docked, but now, while cruising too, like working on your ship, talking with your crew and using workbenches, and there's even autopilot support, so you do not just overshoot your destination and drift into nowhere. On top of that, new points of interest can pop up dynamically while you're traveling, so the journey itself becomes something worth paying attention to instead of just being a hallway between objectives. New space encounters are also part of the update, and their frequency has been increased, which means the game is pushing you into more random moments out in the black, including situations that can pull you out of a cruise mode and force you to deal with whatever is waiting ahead. And that is really only the first layer of this update because the customization side got a major boost too. Bethesda introduced a new resource called X-Tech, and this is basically the fuel for a lot of the deeper gear and ship tuning in Free Lanes. You can earn it through combat and exploration, including bosses, chests, and ship wreckage. It is tied into weapon effects, gear upgrades, and ship systems. The patch lets you reroll legendary weapon effects with X-Tech and credits, and after a set number of rerolls, the full modifier list opens up so you can pick the effect you actually want instead of endlessly gambling on bad rolls. There is also a brand new rank for legendary gear, so weapons, helmets, packs, and suits can now push into a 4th tier. And Bethesda says some items can even become exotic once fully upgraded. A few of the standout effects include Saboteur, which can instantly delete robots and make them explode on death, Reckless, which turns a ranged weapon into a monster by cranking damage way up while shrinking the magazine, and Enigmatic, which gives suit users holograms of themselves in combat to confuse enemies. Bethesda also added superior and exceptional quality tiers above advanced, so your loot chase has a new ceiling to reach. Shipbuilders are not left out either because there's now a ship optimization terminal you can place directly inside your ship. And from there, you can upgrade shields, weapons, engines, grav drive performance, and more, even while you're cruising. Outposts got a lot of love too, and this part feels especially useful for anyone who has been juggling resources all over the settled systems. You can now place a shared outpost container at each outpost, and anything you put in one becomes available at the others, which should make resource management way less annoying. There's also a new database section in the character menu that helps you keep track of your outposts, the places you have visited, recipes, resources, ingredients, research progress, and even favorite planets, which makes the whole explorer lifestyle feel far more organized. Bethesda also added a new outpost pet, the Millie Whale, which can live at your base, perform tricks, and even change colors once you unlock it through the house-sitting quest in Anchorpoint. Speaking of Anchorpoint, that new star station brings vendors, quests, and more side content into the mix, while Muria CR Qubits can now be recruited as an elite crew member from her usual spot near Galbank in New Atlantis. There's also the Moonjumper land vehicle for moving across terrain with better vertical movement, an asteroid base home for players with credits to spend, new enemy modifiers like Tank, Tricky, and Martyr, new Constellation and Neon weapon skins, Reviate photo mode poses, and camera options including a landing camera toggle,